Aries, and welcome back to the Journey of Self. I am your intuitive tarot reader as well as your host, Brandy, and this is The Journey. Okay, guys, so this is going to start off with the meditative portion of the reading. For those of you who are interested in love readings, I've separated the love portion from this particular general reading for the month. This is going to be general energies that we go over, spirituality, and life path, okay? It's something that I decided to do last week. So I decided that for May, I'm going to separate the readings. They were becoming extremely long, and the love portion is okay to be separate. All right, so look for that separately. I will mark it May, love, general, whatever. Okay, so for those of you who are actually going through a difficult time or trying to define your life or to find your life path, you guys are being called to summon your divine warrior. This may look like wisdom, focus, intelligence, surrendering to your higher self or to the divine, however that resonates for you. By using your higher consciousness, your faith system, whichever one you prefer, you'll be able to discern more clearly and properly focus on your goals. You guys should expect an increase in all things, especially in the areas that were restricted before. Expect an increase in your ability to bring mercy, compassion, wisdom, fertility into your life, as well as the life of those around you. You guys have a lot of Empress energy around you this month. So you guys should use it well to plant seeds and also to pretty much fertilize the seeds that you have already planted in the past. You guys are being encouraged to increase your social circle. Excuse me, guys. I am not talk like I'm. Anyway, so you guys are being encouraged to increase your social circle, whether this is in business or, just for simple pleasure. This is going to only benefit you. Singles and couples this month are going to feel love all around. If you are single and are looking for love, you have to get out. You are attractive and magnetic, and simply just avoid any aggression toward you or being aggressive to others, and you can avoid unnecessary problems. All right. But you guys are attractive and magnetic. When that happens, sometimes you do have to ground your energy field, because some people are going to be attracted to you simply because you are magnetic and attractive and shining, right? It may not be necessarily what you want. I often assimilate it to kind of like a mosquito to a light, or like when you're in the backyard, like a moth to a light. So just avoid being aggressive or, allowing others to be aggressive toward you. As far as this month goes, you guys will be doing a lot of personal growth. So just be careful not to neglect your home, your family, and stuff like that. You guys can find balance through exercise and diet to maintain your health this month, which is going to be on high. If you guys are going through anything, you should expect your health to improve. Business is also looking very good, very active. You guys will reach your goals. You might actually find yourself working extra hours, working extra hard, but it will pay off. Business travel also looks good, okay? So also, too, you could probably benefit from actually going through your accounts, whether business or personal, and just make sure everything is going according to your master plan. All right, let's go ahead and get into some general energies. All right, so let's see what we're going to see here. I am using the Law of Attraction deck. So let's see. 5 cards for general energies, and then we'll clarify. First card out is the 9 of Wands. This card talks about learning through setbacks, learning from one's mistakes. Now, because we're doing general energies, if love comes up, I'll talk about it, but I'm not really going to do a whole love segment like I usually do. I usually do 3 segments to this particular reading for the month. I'm only doing 2 now. Also, too, if you guys are interested in personal readings, I would say book them now. I'm actually only have bookings left from now until Thursday. I didn't get a chance just yet to close the bookings, but I'm going to. If you booked anything past Thursday, if it's not on a weekend, I'm going to reschedule it, just to let you know. But if you would like to book something, now until Wednesday will be the only thing open except weekends, which are actually probably going to fill up fast. Okay, so moving on. The next card that we have out is the 7 of Pentacles. 7 of Pentacles talks about progress through a thought pattern that brings profit, whatever that may be in your life. So basically having fruitful thinking that brings progress, correct? The next card out is the Page of Cups. This card can talk about a younger admirer, or it could also talk about wanting and also fearing being in love. We'll get into that a little bit more. Then we have the Knight of Pentacles. You know what, guys? Let's start again. 9 of Wands, so you can see the cards. Ooh. 7 of Pentacles, correct? Page of Cups. Okay, so I've explained those 3 already. Now we have the Knight of Pentacles, which talks about the worker. Okay. Then we have the Lovers. This talks about the ideal often being different than the reality and understanding the difference. We know the Lovers is often about choices, partnerships. 7 of Wands. The 7 of Wands talks about negotiation. It also talks about sometimes having a fear of success as well as failure, therefore standing still, wanting to protect what you've already built. So you may be afraid to dream big. So you may have something solid, may want to expand, and may not know exactly how to go about that. Maybe a little fearful that if you do expand and it doesn't work out, you could possibly lose what you've already gained. Okay? So, let me see here. Just give me a second. I just want to look at something. All right, so let's move on. Let's clarify this 9 of Wands. What is this about? Learning from mistakes in the past. Ooh. Okay, so we have the 7 of Cups, which talks about being confused, illusions, delusions, depending on who we're talking to, right? It could also be somebody wanting to come forward and tell you how they feel. However, there's also here a 4 of Wands, as well as Temperance. All right. I feel as though there could be choices that you guys are having. However, you've learned from different situations in the past, and you may not want to make the same mistakes as before. The 7 of Pentacles talks about progress through a lucrative idea. Okay. So clarifying that, I already saw what came out, which was the 5 of Pentacles. This could actually talk about a financial loss that you're trying to recover from. It could also talk about healing. From a spiritual aspect, some of you could be trying to find a new way to find spiritual stability. Something that has happened in your past could have left you feeling spiritually poor. This can mean anything, or this could mean a lot, I should say. This could mean you could feel as though, like some people say sometimes, like, I feel like God has abandoned me. I feel like, I've lost my faith. I don't know how this resonates for you. But there could be, 3 different scenarios. There could be someone suffering financial losses, trying to recover. This could be about someone having choices in relationship and then trying to recover. from the past, or maybe currently feeling left out in the cold, maybe because mistakes that they made in the past. We also have the King of Cups, which talks about emotional maturity. And I've often seen this card recently talk about boundaries, having healthy boundaries. Then we have the Knight of Wands. In my particular deck, I believe that the Knight of Wands is more about transformation than anything else. The next card that we have out is the Page of Cups. It talks about wanting and also fearing love. It also talks about you maybe having a younger admirer. All right. For some of you, this could be at work, or you could be working on maybe getting over some of these fears. The Moon card is here, which we know this is about emotion. There can be more emotion under the surface than we're actually seeing on the surface. This could also be, being in conjunction with the Five of Pentacles, can talk about sparse emotions, or lacking emotional clarity, or actually lacking emotional fulfillment, or seeing another side of oneself that you may not be particularly fond of. Let's get one more card. It seems as though there's something you guys are trying to get off the ground. You guys may actually, be making a love offer to someone, or trying to start a relationship with someone, or someone could be trying to start a relationship with you. This could also be someone that you've known in your past, and you're trying to make a master plan to get around the roadblocks that you've had in the past, or to make a better relationship than you've had in the past. I think you're trying to move forward with vulnerability, with passion, as well as wisdom. There's also a sense that someone has transformed into a much more independent person, and a much more wise person, a much more emotionally mature person than they were in the past, and maybe trying to move forward in that energy. The Knight of Pentacles, which talks about overcoming obstacles creatively, is clarified by the Queen of Cups. So now we have the King of Cups and the Queen of Cups present. Queen of Cups, to me, often talks about intuition, figuring out how you're going to give your cup, how you're going to partake of your cup, and who and how and when and all of that about your cup, your emotions, okay? We also have the Nine of Pentacles as well. This, for me, is about seeing the fruits of your labor, okay? So I feel as though if this is not about a relationship, because everyone is not on that road, but if this is not about a relationship, this is about having options currently, trying to learn from mistakes from the past, maybe trying to recover from the mistakes, even financial loss, something like that. It could also be spiritually, or, emotionally trying to recover, working hard at probably also working with your shadow, or working with your fears, to try and be productive, to try and be, very fertile, and trying to actually see something take shape, and trying to get something off the ground. Some of you may have also started your education. Some of you could have actually started later in life, and this is something that you dreamed of for quite some time. The Wheel of Fortune is present, as well as the Nine of Swords. So I feel like the Wheel of Fortune is present as a promise, basically saying that the wheel is on your side. Fortune is on your side, kind of like every dog gets its day. So it is your time to shine, but I think that maybe the past has you a little anxious, and maybe overthinking some things in the present. I mean, you have the Empress as well as the Nine of Pentacles. So it's very probable that you can overcome whatever obstacles you're facing. Some people are actually looking at what they've already invested in, what they have to invest in, and what they have to offer. Some people are also maybe thinking about expanding their family. Some people are also are also looking at an offer that's coming into them and seeing if it's going to be beneficial to them, if it's something that will grow into something stable. There is a sense here of cutting out things that are no longer serving with the King of Swords. There's also a sense of getting recognition for work that has been well done here with the Six of Wands and the Nine of Wands, feeling beat, battered, bruised, as well as needing to heal, as well as being ready for one more go round, one more fight. So I should be meditating, eating well, and sleeping a lot. But I've already taken, I should say, a very long break to actually manifest something really huge in my life. It worked out. I came back and I did tarot again. Right now, guys, you can tell I'm kind of like stumbling over my words. I probably should be, like I said, meditating, taking a break, and resting. Unfortunately, I'm just not into it right now. Intuition is on point, and I'm doing those things as much as I can, but I want to get at least my monthlies out before I go ahead and completely shut down the shop. All right. So please excuse me. I am a little bit all over the place. I have a bunch of like huge things coming up. And being an Aquarius, my mind is always turning. So back to the Seven of Wands, when it talks about negotiation, talks about maybe being a little bit afraid to expand because you've already earned a lot. You've already built a lot. You don't want to lose what you have already. So the Ace of Wands is here. So it lets me know that yes, there is some type of new passionate idea that has risen in your life. Whether this is a promise of a new relationship, trying to see where it can go, feeling as though you do want to take the risk, but maybe afraid of what if it doesn't work out, or if this is you taking a new spiritual path. There's something here that has kind of lit your fire. I often see the Ace of Wands as a new type of passionate spark, or like a match, a lit match. It could start a huge fire or it could go out quickly. You never know. It's just the beginning. Then we have the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords is here, and I feel like it's actually maybe something that someone, or information that someone brought you, something someone said. It could be a new truth I feel like that you have that is kind of taking off fast, or a new idea. It's leading you to make choices though. The Knight of Swords is here, and I feel like it's leading you to make choices. It could be something someone said, or an idea, like I said, that you have. Here with the Page of Wands as well. The Knight of Swords and the Page of Wands. That is very promising. Also with the Ace of Wands, very promising energy. Could be fast moving, but could also have a underlying current of maybe being brash and harsh, if not grounded and, I would say dealt with a little bit of respect. Especially with the Page of Wands. I often see the Page of Wands as having a lot of potential, really, having a lot of aspirations, dreams, and things of that nature. But this energy needs to be grounded in order to be successful. And then you have the Two of Wands, which I often see as in a choice of passion. Okay. Something that you may be extremely hopeful about, but could have the potential to be destructive, harsh, fast moving, out of control, if not grounded and, dealt with respect. So for some of you, this could be an idea, relationship, whatever it is. For some of you, you're going to take the bull by the horns. For others, I can see you're kind of reeling in your head about it. All right, we're going to go ahead and move on to more of the spirituality portion of the reading. We're going to talk about spirituality, life path, life purpose. whatever that may be. For some of you, it's going to come up as career, because some of you, your career is your life path. Okay? For others, it's simply going to be spirituality, life purpose, life path, things of that nature. Ooh. All right, so all right, so the first card out that you guys have is the Tower card. And this particular deck, it talks about an ego check. It talks about maybe even an ego death. And then coming back to the drawing board to actually make a very successful plan. It's not about starting again. It's not the typical Tower and the Rider-Waite. Then we have the Two of Cups, which often talks about the yin and the yang. Opposite energies that come together perfectly in perfect amounts and perfect proportions to create emotional fulfillment or success. So far, just from those two cards, I can see that there are those of us who are dealing with the dualities of either self or just life, coming to grips with such things. This could have been brought on by any type of external or internal force. Then we have the King of Cups. Okay, so the next card we have is the Five of Pentacles, which talks about the partner, the ability to influence another's heart. This can be your heart being influenced, or what you bring to the table when it comes to others. Then we also have the Five of Wands, okay? The Five of Wands talks about success in this particular deck. All right. And it also talks about resisting attacks of fate. So going back to the general energies, when we were talking about you guys learning from your mistakes, that's what I feel like this is connected to. Like I said, when the cards were out before, the Wheel of Fortune was there, and I think it was an omen to suggest that you will be successful in what you're trying to do when you learn from your mistakes and you put that knowledge into play. It seems as though you guys were trying to be grounded and trying to be cautious in your actions moving forward. So this makes sense. Success, trying to resist attacks of fate. Plus, some of you are having this type of realization because there are belief systems that you have, like 1 and 1 equals 2. Not to say that that's not true, right? It's just an example. But now you may wake up from this realization, this awakening, this ego death, and realize that sometimes 1 and 1 is 1, or sometimes 1 and 1 is 3. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's not real math, by the way. And I'm aware of that. It's just an example. When you go through awakenings and ego deaths, there are things that you have believed on your own personally. This could even be about characteristics about yourself. This could be about limitations about yourself. Things that you've believed and they have become law in your mind that could be actually being rewired, relearned in your life. Okay? Because there's a sense here of two energies coming together with equal intensity, right? There's this, that's harmony, all right? There's also a sense of influence, whether you're being the influencer or whether you're being influenced. There's also success here, learning from mistakes as well as avoiding attacks of fate. It depends on who you are, what your fate is, right? Some people think that it's free forming. No one knows what the end is going to be or what your end could be. It's forever changing by the choices you make. Other people think that fate is predestined. Okay? That's kind of what we're talking about here with the Tower. This is where you pick a side. This is where you start to realize where you sit on the fence, where your beliefs lie. The King of Cups. The King of Cups has an enamored view of the world. Rainbows, butterflies. All right. In this particular deck, he is known as the Professor, is it? Let me see. I want to be sure when I call him who he is. Yeah, he's known as the, not professor, the professional, right? He's known as the professional. So this could be someone outside of you who is encouraging you to see life this way, because there is a sense here that you could be being influenced by someone. This person has an enamored view of life. This person is full of joy, happy to be living, happy to be here, right? This also can talk about a faithful, right, and a harmonious couple. So like I said, there can be an outside influence, correct? Let me pull some life purpose cards as well as we do this. We did talk about this in the meditative portion, that you guys may actually benefit from traveling and business this month. This card says travel. Your life purpose involves traveling. The next card out is let go. Walk away from this situation in order to resolve it, whatever that means to you. So if you had a question about a particular situation that you came to this channel to watch or hear about, that's your answer. The next card out is practice. Polish your skills by practicing regularly. Artist. Engaging in artistic activities is beneficial to your career and every other area of your life. I always recommend maybe go to like a wine, what is it called? Paint and sip night, where you like paint, you drink wine with your friends, you paint, you chit chat, right? Someone's teaching you how to make the painting, or do something creative, whatever it is that you like to do. But this is also talking about practicing. I feel like there is something that you guys want to do, or something that you've done in the past that maybe now you're thinking about doing again. It could be anything from a skill to an instrument. It could also be spiritual. Practicing is going to bring you closer to your life purpose and to yourself. Okay, if there's a situation that you guys came here about, the answer is to walk away in order to resolve the situation. Let's go ahead and clarify. Wow. Can't make this stuff up. Did you guys see that card fly? You can rewind it back if you didn't. It's the Eight of Cups. There's somebody here that feels as though they may not be being heard. You may be looking for answers, talking to clouds, talking to God, talking to your higher self, maybe even ancestors. Don't know. There's something that recently may have made you rethink the way you see things, whether it's a relationship, yourself. The advice is to walk away, or something that you've walked away from. We have 2 walk away cards, okay? We already have 2 walk away cards. Let's go ahead and clarify. 4 swords. This is my thinking, resting, retreating, praying, and consulting an expert card. This could be anything from a therapist to an accountant, a lawyer, or talking to God, talking to the universe. Don't know. You'd have to tell me in the comments below. The Ten of Cups. Whatever this was that made you rethink life, you may need to put some distance in between you and it in order to find emotional stability and emotional fulfillment. Let's go ahead and get more into this story. 2 of Cups. 2 of Cups is clarified by... Hold on, let me pick this card up. 2 of Cups is clarified by the 3 of Pentacles. This could be something that you've had your eye on from afar. This is also seeing something take shape. My seeing something take shape card. There is a transformation happening, whether it's of an emotional nature or in a particular relationship with you and someone else. Here is my 8 of coins. This card can talk about apprenticeship. It can also talk about trying to get something off the ground, seeing something take shape, as well as starting something new. Like I said, some of you may be trying to pick something up that you let go a long time ago, maybe like a hobby or a skill. Others may be trying to further their skills. The 5 of Pentacles has been clarified by the 6 of Swords as well as the Tower. You guys may have been involved with someone, whether business, love, or friendship. There is something that happened that causes an emotional upheaval. And it's causing you to want to get your own baggage in check, as well as move away to calmer waters or move away from the situation and heal. We have a 10 of Swords. The worst is over. If this has already occurred, the worst is over. If it is to occur, that is the worst thing that is going to happen. And you may be actually thinking about moving home, like not moving to home, but moving your home. Okay, moving your residence. Okay, to put some distance between you and this environment, maybe even people. There's a sense here with the 10 of Wands of reevaluating your responsibilities, as well as reevaluating what you have, where you're going, what you're doing, and trying to move forward in wisdom. Someone may have gotten their walking papers. Someone may have given you yours. Let's clarify the 5 of Wands. While you may be trying to avoid attacks of fate and be successful, learning from setbacks, you're a little bit confused on what to choose, as the 7 of Cups energy often brings. Confusion, delusions, what's real, what's not. I don't want to choose the wrong thing. There may be someone who can shed a little light on the situation. I'm not asking you to go ask, but when people come by to maybe, share a word or whatever, listen, because somebody may actually have something to say that actually could spark a light bulb. I would say surround yourself with positive people, positive friends and family members. I don't feel as though you guys have to make solid decisions right now. There's a sense that you are moving slowly, but you're planting in solid ground. You're planting seeds along the way. You're making small yet calculated, maybe even slow moves, but they're sure things. They're sure things. Spiritually, I feel like a lot of you have gone through something, like I said, of an emotional level with some type of outside influence. I don't think that this is coming from the inside, unless it's an idea that you've had, like a download or a spark or an emotional awakening that happened, and then it made you change everything in your life. Only you're going to know which version of this fits into your life. Okay. So some of you are dealing with an outside influence. That could be a person, place, thing, job, whatever, that causes you to rethink and relook at your life. Others could have just had that a spiritual awakening and then all of a sudden started to look at your life. In other words, when this happens, I like to say it in the nicest, gentlest way, which is that your taste is changing. Whatever has happened, it has caused you to look at things differently and to make different decisions. I would even say better choices, because it looks like you're winning. Yeah. I have you making plans here as the King of Wands, being an innovator, being someone back again with that influence. Okay, being someone who is influential. The King of Wands has the great ideas and people want to be part of his projects because they can see the potential. There is a sense here that you guys may have felt a little bit betrayed, or someone else may have felt betrayed. You may have felt as though there is someone in your midst that you just didn't recognize. They could have been stealing, lying, cheating. Also, you could have felt as though you've self-sabotaged in some way. And maybe you've taken something too far. Like maybe you were too concerned with success, money, the way you were being seen in the world. And it may have caused you to have to rethink the way you feel about life. I feel you guys trying to make your next move your best move here. Some of you feel a little bit stuck because you feel as though you need to work on you before you can move forward. But you're aiming and shooting at something in the distance, and you're going to hit it. There's definitely a transformation taking place. Some people can even be also pregnant. That is my card of pregnancy. I feel like you guys are trying to like put the poison where it belongs, as I always say when I see this snake on this wand here in the Queen of Wands. Also trying to use your intuition moving forward. But there's a sense here that you guys may have in some way felt as though someone else wanted to win at all costs, or that you had to win at all costs. You may have taken something too far, maybe self-sabotaged, or someone did this to you where they stole, lied, cheated, and you didn't recognize who the heck you were looking at. There could have been some secrets involved here with the Moon card. This could be about that person in your life that has influenced you. They may have influenced you to want to make better decisions and live a better life, but they may have done something not so nice in order to get that reaction. All right. Here with the King of Pentacles and the Page of Cups, I feel as though you guys do have new and stable moves that you're making, emotional fulfillment on its way, right? Yeah, there is a promise here of stability coming on its way, okay? So Aries, this has been the spirituality portion of Life Path portion of the reading. We're going to move on now to some, I think I'm going to do some John Holland spirit message cards, right? If you guys, like I said before, are interested in love, it'll be on a separate video. You guys may have noticed that I didn't mention not one other sign in that reading. So the first card that you guys have out is Have Fun. The first card that you guys have out is Have Fun. Excuse me for that interruption. It says stop. When is the last time that you had fun? When was the last time that you took a chance and did something silly? Something totally unlike you. Something just for the joy of it. It's long overdue for you to let go of your analytical mind and give yourself and your soul permission to have fun. There was also a let go card as well that came out. So I feel like that's double let go, double have fun, you know. Let's pull one more card. Strength. The Strength card. It says, strength comes from many sources. Staying strong brings confidence, conviction, and balanced body, mind, and soul. Spirit has its own unique and beautiful way of replenishing your soul with strength on a continual basis. You're never really alone, as we're always with you. I feel like that's for someone who has been talking to their guides and talking to their ancestors. All right, so I have 2 other cards for you guys, and then I'm going to go. Most people are just trying to survive. Just remember, most people are beguiled by your charm, awed by your confidence, and inspired by your choices. They simply forgot to say thank you, please, and I love you like crazy. As often as they feel the urge, let's not be one of those people. I love you like crazy, the universe. You are adored. Don't be fooled by the players and don't be fooled by yourself. There is no one more lovable nor loved than you. And I know everyone, the universe. Okay, Aries, that has been your May monthly. Have a great rest of your day. Namaste. Remember to like, share, subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend to holla at me. All right, guys. Bye-bye.